G'day guys, welcome to another episode of Barra Basics. So this one, as promised, is about the Molix Shad again, but this is the Barra special. So obviously, the more fishing I do for Barramundi and the more playing around I do with lures, the more fine-tuned everything gets. If you mess up that timing, any species, whether I'm talking to, swim bait cod. Sonar is on the pack and the abrasiveness of the jaw. So the Barra Special obviously comes with a bigger, heavier gauge top hook. So I'll show you how I set this one up and then I'll talk a little bit about it at the end. So this is the Barra Special model. Heavy hook, Barra Special. You have a little Australian symbol on the front, that's how you know. Taking her out of the packet. In case you don't already notice from other videos, this is one of my favourite colours, the perch. But looking at it straight out of the packet, similar setup to the standard one, but you notice this top hook, really solid gauge hook, and I'll now leave that hook on as opposed to cutting it off. You still have a little Colorado blade on the bottom, still have a little treble and split ring on the nose. First mod that I do, same as I did with the last one, take the Colorado blade off, take the little Colorado blade off. Then I still like to remove these little wings. Just use a very sharp pair of small scissors so you do it nice and neat and smooth. So they're both gone. Back of the lure looks like that. So I find when I take those wings off, just allows the body roll to be a lot more pronounced. And with most of the Barra lures that I've ever found have worked over the years, everything that has a good body roll is what will get the bites. Take off this little treble off the nose. So there we go. Nice solid hook, wings removed, Colorado removed. So I've recently discovered the Vanuatu 5 extra strong treble. This is the #1 and it is the sharpest and strongest hook I've ever seen. So this is what I run on all the Molix Shads now. I've upgraded my size. I used to run a 2, but I found with the way I rig these now, size 1 is the way to go. So I'm going to run size 4 split rings and I'm going to run 2 split rings. So these are a 90-pound ring and I never run any more than 80 pound per barra anyway. Lately the most I've been running is 60 pounds, so plenty strong enough. So I put our 2 split rings on the body of the lure. Now this is the important part with the treble. You want to make sure that the way the treble lays against the lure, that when it lays flat when you're swimming, that the 2 trebles lay against it rather than the 1. So lay it how you're going to do it, lift it up. That shows the angle that you want to put the split ring on. Then you'll see when the lure lays or swimming, that treble sits nice and flush against the body of the lure. So between this 5 extra strong Van hook and this now super strong main hook, I don't worry about running a stinger on the tail anymore. A lot less hassle with tangling when you're casting. I found when I ran 2 hooks, occasionally I'd catch on my line. Also found with 2 trebles, end up with a lot of snags on the back treble. And I started paying attention to the hookups and I didn't actually hook a fish on that back treble alone. So as long as you've got the main hook on the top and the treble on the bottom, you still have a chance of pinning them on either one as they suck that lure in and try and spit it out. So what I've found is just running it on the front, a lot of fish will headbutt the lure and you'll just sting them through the nose with this super sticky hook. And if they suck it down and try and spit it out, you'll either catch them just on the inside of the mouth with this one or you'll catch them with the double rings and that free swinging treble. The other advantage of the free swinging treble with so many rings, there's less chance of that fish throwing that lure when it's hooked on the side of their face or just inside their mouth. So that's it guys. the strongest version of the Molix Shad that I've used so far and the most improved. So the last reason I didn't mention before, with not running a treble on this back, so even though majority of my fish have been hooked on the front treble, the back treble has pinned the fish somewhere, and when the two work against each other, I've found that the wire has actually tore the body of some of my lures. With just that single treble and the top hook, these lures last a lot longer now and a lot more snag resistant, so should result in losing a lot less lures. Give that one a go, guys, the Barra Special Molix. Try out that 5X Van Hook, she's super sticky.